Welcome. I'll be your operator today. I see this is your first time. Why don't you start by telling me where you'd like to be at the beginning of the simulation?
A botanical garden with my mother.
Can you describe her? The way she'll be in the simulation? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be the way she is in real life.
I guess I want it to be my mother right before she got sick. So she would be about 60, dyed black hair, gray at the roots. She was short, just barely 5 feet.
Is your mother still alive?
In real life?
Yes.
No.
I'm sorry, but the simulation can't include deceased individuals you knew personally. It's in the handbook.
What? Why?
It's in the handbook.
Can't you just tell me?
It has proven to be too addictive.
Wait, I can include dead people that I didn't know? Like celebrities?
As long as they didn't specifically request to be excluded from simulations in their will. Anyone who died more than 10 years ago is generally fine. Historical figures, for example, Dinner with Mozart.
Oh, it's a lawsuit thing.
It's more of a courtesy. We prefer to respect people's wishes.
That sounds like a lawsuit thing.
The requests aren't enforceable. It's functionally the same as you sitting around fantasizing about a dead celebrity, just enhanced a little bit by us. We don't broadcast or record, so it doesn't fall under life or likeness rights. You can't control someone's thoughts.
What if I didn't tell you it was my mother? What if I said, I'm in a botanical garden with a woman. She's about 60, short, dyed black hair with white roots, looks kind of like me.
It wouldn't be your mother in the simulation. It would just be a short woman who looks kind of like you in an entirely different way. The simulator hooks into your brain and its projections, and I'd need to input that it's your mother for her to appear as your mother.
And people don't get addicted to that? To people who kind of, sort of, meet the same description?
No.
What if I hadn't told you she was dead? What if I'd lied and said she was alive?
It's very important that you're honest with your operator. It's in the handbook.
But what if I wasn't? What would happen?
It wouldn't work.
What does that mean?
Best case scenario, the simulation just wouldn't start up. Worst case, you might experience something glitchy.
Like what?
Have you ever been to a hypnotist show?
What? Yeah, back in college.
You know how they start out with a large group of volunteers and kick people out as they go? Until they're left with just a couple people who can be convinced that they're chickens or eating an ice cream cone or covered with ants?
Sure.
We have to do the opposite here. We have to watch out for those people. We found that the 10 to 15% of non-psychotic people who are hypnotically suggestible also tend to have a looser grip on the difference between fantasy and reality. Personally, I wonder if those people have a keener appreciation of books, plays, movies, video games, if they have more immersive experiences.
What does that...
But the simulation, you see, requires you to have a firm grasp on what is and isn't real. We need clients to make a clean exit, such that the end of the simulation is akin to closing the book, turning off the console, walking out of the theater. It's important that you're honest with your operator, because the simulation does interact physically with your brain. We, the operators, also need to be absolutely certain about what is and isn't real. This is all in the handbook.
So, if I lied and said my mother was alive, and you spun it up, and we had our day at the botanical garden, what could happen?
At the end,
Yes.
you might not know she died.
Oh. Oh.
And you'd go back to your life expecting her to be there, and she wouldn't be. And ideally, the memory of her death and everything connected to it would come back to you on its own once you'd talked to your friends and family, or you'd reconstruct it in such a way that it felt real enough. But it also might not. There might just be a hole there, an uncertainty that followed you for the rest of your life, that unraveled your reality around it. And that's assuming, of course, the simulation itself ran the way we scripted it.
What do you mean? What else could happen?